Oh my days, lads. We have got more news about more endgame content for ZZZ Zone Zero, and I've never been more excited to talk about this game because every single chance I get, I will defend this game. I will call it a good game, especially with all these people following each other saying that the game's a Gooner game. Don't care, bro. I love when this game does good updates, bro, because this game consistently proves to have good updates. It listens to its community, and that is what Genshin Impact is failing at. Now, as much as I love Genshin Impact, ZZZ Zone Zero are slowly taking the crown for me with the way these updates are rolling out like it's 1.4, and look at the amount of content that's in the game. But this video will only be to do with endgame content because that's all I'm going to talk about today. If I talked about everything, this video would be like 2 hours long. Maybe I'll make a video like that one day with a true full comparison, but right now I don't really care. Shut up, you dickhead. I'm not really going to do that right now. Anyways, moving on. So let's talk about Genshin Impact's endgame real quick. Fire Abyss was added very early on into Genshin Impact's lifespan. I'm not sure if it was there from the start. I'm not looking it up right now. But I know it was there basically since from the start, if not from the start. The second endgame mode, Imaginarium Theatre, dropped like half a year ago maybe. I'm not too sure. But it took them 4 years to drop a second endgame mode. And the worst thing is, they don't even cycle through at the exact same time. No, they go one and then 2 weeks is the other one, and they cycle back and forth. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It drags the game it drags the modes on for so long, and I hate it, because why couldn't you just make it so it cycles, you know, at the same time? So Spiral Abyss and Imaginarium Theatre are both released every 2 weeks, but no, they had to mess it up by making it cycle through instead, which I don't like at all, and I don't appreciate it at all. Or like that's the worst thing ever. I don't care what anyone says. If you can defend that, if you want to defend that, go ahead and be my guest, but you're just going to look stupid. It's not fun. And honestly, ever since that change, if they cycled through it every week, that's fine. If they cycled like 1 week's Abyss, then the next week is Theatre, next week Abyss, next week is Theatre. Because I promise you, it's not that hard to make a new Theatre. Spiral Abyss is even easier, because Spiral Abyss is just recycling the enemies. Because the rewards don't even change unless there's new updates with new artifacts. Then they give us better rewards, then they give us better, you know, consistency. When there's no event or quest in Genshin Impact, the game can feel so dry, especially at the end of a patch. At the end of a patch, the game just feels like it's dragging on. Probably already got the character and the banner you wanted. There's nothing for you to do there, right? But enough about Genshin Impact. This video isn't about Genshin Impact. I'm just making a small comparison. ZZZ Zone Zero, we are on update 1.3, 1.4. We have Hollow Zero, Shiyu Defense, Infinite Tower. That's 3 endgame modes in the span of 3 game updates, including launch. And from what I'm seeing, there's more Hollow Zero on the way. There is more Hollow Zero gameplay being added. It's already massive, like with the dealing 15 million damage or whatever it is. That is already like a really interesting way for an endgame. But now they're adding more to it from what I've seen. So there's going to be even more content in the Hollow Zero now. And let's talk about Infinite Tower. Infinite Tower is not just a name. It is literally goes up to at least like 999. I know that for a fact. I'm not sure if the rewards work. That sort of progression, even though people can see it as like really lazy, really like cheap to put in. Like it's literally just a tower that you climb with a different enemy every single time. The fact that every single time, or like at intervals, the game gets harder, you do less damage at an infinite amount, it gives the player always something to climb for. There's no point like in Genshin Impact where, you know, you 36-star Abyss and you 10-star the Theatre. Like after that, there's nothing. But Infinite Tower literally provides constant like improvement. And the better you get, not only do you need amazing builds for these upper floors in the Infinite Tower, but you also need to learn gameplay mechanics, because the boss damage is buffed. Everything is just buffed on the enemy. Everything is thrown against you like you're getting gangbanged. It is insane. And guess what? Infinite Tower doesn't just disappear or recycle. It's a permanent mode in the game. It is amazing. It's staying there. It's not cycling. It's not doing anything. But regardless, let's talk about Shiyu Defense first. Shiyu Defense has got 10 initial stages, right? Basically the Spiral Abyss of this game. You go through the 10 stages, then you go through the 10 other stages. You have the stable node, and then you've got the other node. Then you've got the critical node, which is basically like, which is what cycles. And there's like 8 stages to this, I think, or 5. I'm not really sure right now, because to be honest with you, I can't beat it yet. And yeah, that's just like Spiral Abyss, so there's really no point sticking around too much. It's not really that unique, so there's no point sticking around on it all that much. But I'm gonna just say it's amazing and I really like it, but it's just Spiral Abyss. It's the same thing. honestly. Now let's talk about Hollow Zero. Hollow Zero is a really interesting game mode, which I don't understand fully. Like, I've played the game, I'm like level 51, nearly 52 right now, and I still don't really understand the Hollow Zero game mode that much, but I do understand enough. The more damage you do to this specific boss, it's called like Nineveh, and the more damage you deal to this boss, the more rewards you get, and you can activate these different buffs. So if you can damage the boss like really well, you can kill the boss. You just have to activate all these different like buffs for the enemy, and then you recomplete it. You get more rewards for it, and it's this like progression which is so unique, and it's so well done, and I really appreciate it for being in the game. And honestly, the developers did an amazing job. I wish Genshin Impact could learn from themselves the way Zenless learned from them, but you know what, that's far beyond me. And honestly, with the amount of things you have to do in Genshin Impact now, if I were to tell a person whether they should start Zone Zero or Genshin Impact as like their first game that they'll stick to, honestly, I would have to lead them towards Zone Zero, because starting Genshin Impact now, it is so much content and so much stuff to get through before your characters are strong, before your characters are like actually coherent, that the game just becomes overwhelming for a lot of people. And a lot of people don't have the time to 100% everything on Genshin Impact, because 100% in the world and everything, all the quests and everything in Zone Zero, it is considerably easier. Most of the world quests in this game are just going from one person to another and coming back to the person, and that's it. Or you talk to a person and you get given like a commission in the HDD or whatever, and you just fight, and that's it. All you do is fight. And then you get your primo reward or your polychromes. You get your polychrome reward, and that's that. No sticking through dialogue, no sitting through all of this BS that Genshin Impact puts you through sometimes. I love the game, but as much as I love the game, I do have my criticism with it. But honestly, I would have to tell someone that's starting Zenless Zone Zero Genshin Impact to start Zenless, because you climb up the ranks so much faster, the rewards are better, the gameplay is, in my opinion, the gameplay is more fun in some cases. Like, if Zenless Zone Zero was open world, I think it genuinely would be a funner game. But the fact that Genshin Impact is open world with all this like great exploration, because the exploration in Zenless isn't great. It doesn't have a good exploration environment. You can't walk around and expect to have a lot of fun doing that. Like, no, obviously not. I will never defend that. The game, like, exploration is kind of boring, even though the graphics are really nice and I do like the art style in a lot of places. But this is not about exploration, this is about endgame. Endgame content, we already have more endgame modes than Genshin Impact, right? And it's 1.3. It's 1.3 and there's already more endgame than Genshin Impact. Even if you don't want to count Hollow Zero as a mode, for whatever reason you don't want to count Hollow Zero as a mode, we are even with Genshin Impact on endgame modes. And one's infinite, one's permanent and infinite. Only one of them cycles. What's my premise with this video? My premise with this video is to tell everyone that's hating on the game blindly, calling it a Guna game, because it only really is in trailers for the most part. Regardless, the premise of this video is to tell people that the game isn't bad in any capacity. The game is fun, the combat's fun, it feels smooth, even though there are some performance issues. Zenless is already fun for me. I love the grind on Zenless. That's the difference. On Zenless, I love the grind. But that's not the point. That's a whole nother video. Probably a video I'll even make tomorrow, because I'm making daily uploads now, because I'm the GOAT. So subscribe, like the video, all of that. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'm having way too much fun recording this, and I might get kicked out by my parents for being too loud. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Like, comment, all of that. Comment down your ball size or some shit. I don't know. Comment something nice so your grandma's gonna take back shots.